the topic, this is something that, like I thought about, and also I have personal experience. When people say, "Oh, do opposites attract?" People tend to believe or say that opposites attract, but is that really true? Right? From your own personal experience, do you see that in relationships that you've had that are successful, do opposites really attract? Right? So if you have a mate, right? Think of your long-term relationships that you've had that have been successful. Maybe it's a current one, maybe it's one from the past, and think about the traits, like some of the things you like and some of the things that attracted you to your former mate, your current mate, whatever. Um, do you find that you're attracted to people that are opposite of you, like certain traits? And have you seen that those relationships are long lasting? Are you still with those partners? Okay. Um, so I'm going to talk about that, right? Because I have friends who, you know, some people it works for them, but for me, okay, I've um, I've been in a relationship where, in the beginning, yes, opposites. It seems like people, that are the opposite of me, or maybe have certain attributes, certain traits that are opposite to mine. It seems initially that it works, but in the end, long term, has it really worked out? Not really. That's my opinion. And I wanted to find out if this is true. So I also did some research, right? So I did research to find out, do opposites really attract? Because you keep hearing that, but where is it coming from? And how true is it? Is it a myth or is it really true? Now, granted, nothing is absolutely 100% true, right? So from my research, right, I would say that um, opposites do attract. Yes, initially they do attract. Maybe it's good for a short-term relationship. Who knows how long? There's no telling how long the relationship. Like for example, if you're an introvert, of course, you probably tend to be attracted to an extrovert, right? It's something that you don't have, and if you're around them, maybe you get to enjoy their being extrovert, being maybe the life of the party, whatever, right? Or maybe you're the kind that likes to chill at home, but your spouse likes to go out and have fun. So it kind of creates a variety, in your life. Is that true or not? But in doing research, here's what I found out, right? Sources state that for a relationship to be successful, I want to say long term, to be successful long term, I would say that you have to have things in common. Like you guys have to agree and believe in certain things in order for it to be a long term successful relationship, right? There are key things that you guys have to, be in sync with, right? One of them is finance, right? You need to agree on your finance. For example, if you like to save money and you like to plan, you have your 401k, you want to save for travel, you want to save for big purchases, but then you have your your partner who just likes to spend and buy whatever is trending at the time, buy outfits, buy name brands or whatever. You're gonna have fight because that's not what you believe in, right? Um, that's not what you believe in. You have someone that's spending, you're saving money for, whatever financial goals you have, and then you have your partner who is not really listening to that. So I think that will make for arguments, as you can imagine, right? That would make for fight, argument, and that would be kind of financially irresponsible, right? Where one person is saving and the other doesn't really care, right? Okay, so what's the other thing that you need to be in sync with? Family, for example. Do you want kids? Have you guys talked about it? Now we're talking about relationship. We're not talking about when you start dating someone, right? You're just getting to know each other. We're talking of successful relationship, right? Um, Family, right? How do you want to create a family, right? Do you want a family? Do you want one? Do you want two? Do you want three? Do you want four? Like all of those things, you have to be in sync with that because, as you can imagine, having a family, it costs money, right? A lot of things are going to be planned, right? Increase in family, bigger house, bigger car. So that is one key thing that you have to agree. If you guys are not in sync with it, that relationship is not really going to be successful. So whether you guys are really attracted to each other, or you find a lot of things that are outstanding or really amazing about your relationship, if you don't agree on core things within a relationship, I don't believe that that's going to be successful, because I think over time those differences are going to become bigger and bigger. Someone is always sacrificing and someone is going to be resentful over time, right? Then the other thing is lifestyle, right? So what activities do you enjoy? right? Do you like outdoors and your mate likes indoors? That's gonna be a problem because you're gonna find yourself doing a lot of things by yourself, right? Do you like going to the movies? Do you like to chill at home? Do you like traveling? Does your mate like to travel? You like, are you one of the people, you're really healthy, but then your partner is not? That's gonna be a turn off over time, right? That's gonna be a turn off. So those are the key. I would say those are key things, right? Those are key things that you need, for a successful relationship. And when do you evaluate that? In the beginning, it's nice, and fun for opposites to attract. It's probably good. But when you start to get serious with someone, these three things are the main things that you need to be in sync with. Otherwise, I think you're destined for a relationship that is going to involve a lot of fights. It's going to involve, it's going to involve a lot of differences that's going to start to show over time, right? So in doing my research, it shows that people who are like the core beliefs are in sync. They're very similar in a lot of the ways that they believe in the things I talked about, like family, lifestyle, and finance. Like those people tend to have more successful relationship, right? Your beliefs, and maybe not necessarily religion, but maybe that's a big thing to you. If that's a big thing to you, then that's a big thing that you need to evaluate when you are getting in a serious relationship. Your hobbies, your values. You tend to be attracted to people that share the same trait. Even people that are online, right? When you go, I haven't done online dating. I never did online dating. But when you go to choose people, don't you choose like people who have similar things? Like for me, I would like someone that's healthy. I would like someone that works out. I would like someone that believes in God because that's what I believe in. I would like someone that values family because that's what I believe in. So when people go online to do online dating, I'm sure that they have filters? They have, like categories or things where you select traits, hobbies, and all of that. You select the things that you're interested in and what attracts you to a person. And more than likely, it's not the opposite, right? It's something that you guys have in common or like similar traits, right? So according to the experts, do opposites really attract? No, they really repel, right? They really repel because, over time, a lot of those differences are going to show, right? A lot of the differences, like personality differences, for example, so people tend to believe that the opposites attract, right? Like if someone has a very dominant personality, right? It may seem that they get along with someone that their personality is not as dominant. But imagine being in a long-term relationship with somebody that's very dominant, right? Imagine doing that. How long are you guys going to get along before you start resenting, that whole dominance? Or maybe you adapt to it, right? You adapt to it, but then over time, you just kind of get sick and tired of it, right? Could that be the reason why you see people, they grow apart, maybe their interests, maybe because they really didn't have a lot of common interests, right? They grow apart after 10, 15, 20 years? Could that be part of the reason? Would you like someone who is just like you, right? I know I wouldn't, because there are things about me that I don't like. I want someone that has maybe certain things that I don't have, that's going to enhance how I think, that's going to enhance me, like, mentally, that's going to motivate me. So I'm not going to look for someone that's just like me, right? I'm not going to look for someone that's just like me. But this doesn't necessarily mean that I think that there are some people where opposites do attract, but I think for the most part, and according to research, for the most part, it shows that opposites over time, they do repel, and people that have more in common or believe in core beliefs, they tend to attract more than opposites. So what are your thoughts about the situation? Do leave a comment for me, like, share, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm gonna come up with if you're sub to this channel, I do have a variety of topics. This is sort of like my personal, okay? So I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.